Why did Soviet soldiers turn entire railways into mobile rocket launchers during World War II? Stick around, because not only will we dive deep into this explosive strategy, but we're uncovering 9 other jaw-dropping facts about Soviet soldiers that will absolutely blow your mind. Why Soviet soldiers transformed anti-tank rifles into sniper rifles. Imagine having a giant gun designed to destroy tanks, but instead, you decide to use it as a super sniper rifle. This is exactly what happened during World War II with some Soviet soldiers. These big guns, known as anti-tank rifles, were powerful and could shoot really far. However, tanks got better and these rifles were not as useful against them anymore. So, what did the inventive Soviet soldiers do? They turned them into mega sniper rifles. This surprising twist meant that they could hit enemies from a super long distance away. These adapted rifles weren't just long range, but also packed a mighty punch, often piercing through barriers that regular sniper rifles couldn't. Using big, powerful anti-tank guns in this clever new way gave Soviet snipers a unique advantage on the battlefield, showcasing their ability to adapt and innovate even when faced with challenges. Why Soviet soldiers shared a single pair of boots. Imagine being in a chilling winter where the snow underfoot goes on for miles and miles. The Soviet soldiers in World War II didn't have to imagine. They lived it. Now, here's something that will surprise you. Many of them shared a single pair of boots. Yes, you heard it right. In the brutal, icy landscapes where they battled, boots were more precious than gold. But why share? Well, resources were scarce, and not all soldiers could be provided with proper gear. So 2 soldiers would often share one pair of boots. One would wear the left boot, the other the right, and they would swap after a certain distance. It's a stunning image, isn't it? Soldiers hopping and limping through the frosty terrain, sharing footwear to protect at least 1 foot from the bitter cold. Why Soviet soldiers utilized ski battalions on the Eastern Front. The chilling winds of winter howling across the vast, snow-covered landscapes of the Eastern Front during World War II. Here's where the Soviet ski battalions make their entrance. They were specialized units, expertly skiing across the icy tundras, becoming an unexpected, swift, and silent threat to the enemy. Equipped with skies and white camouflage suits, they glided over snowfields, employing a unique mode of transport that gave them a crucial advantage in mobility and surprise. Imagine the shock among German soldiers when these snowy specters emerged from the blizzard, striking quickly and vanishing back into the frosty mist. The ski battalions could navigate terrains deemed impassable by others, thus enabling them to flank enemies, perform surprise attacks, and scout in extreme conditions. With this tactic, the Soviets turned the harsh winter, often seen as an obstacle, into a strategic ally, disrupting German plans and securing vital victories amidst the icy wastelands. Why Soviet soldiers crafted improvised body armor from X-ray plates. Picture this. You're a soldier on the battlefield. Bullets are whizzing by, and protection is minimal. For Soviet soldiers during World War II, this was a stark reality. Resourcefulness became crucial. A shocking yet innovative solution they devised was creating makeshift body armor using old X-ray plates. Yes, you heard that right. In times of scarcity, these soldiers found X-ray plates from hospitals and ingeniously repurposed them into body armor. The plates, being somewhat durable and available, were layered and sewn into clothing, forming a rudimentary shield against enemy bullets. While not as effective as traditional armor, this creative improvisation provided some level of protection, potentially saving lives in the heat of battle. Why Soviet soldiers carried extra ammunition for enemy weapons during. Imagine you're a Soviet soldier in the chilly battlefields of World War II. Your ammo is running low, but the fight is still raging. What do? Surprisingly, Soviet soldiers often carried extra bullets not just for their guns, but for enemy weapons too. Why? Well, battles can be chaotic, and soldiers might find themselves near enemy weapons while their ammo is nearly gone. The Soviets knew the value of being prepared for everything. By carrying additional ammo that fit enemy guns, they ensured that they could always keep fighting, even in unexpected situations. This smart yet unusual strategy often allowed them to utilize abandoned or captured German weapons, making sure they never missed an opportunity to turn the tables in their favor. It's all about thinking ahead and using everything available to you, even if it originally belonged to the enemy. Why Soviet soldiers used penalties as motivation. World War II, a time of fierce battles, and the Soviet soldiers are facing extreme challenges. Now, while unity and courage were at the heart of their fight, there's a little-known aspect that pushed them: a harsh penalty system. But why? Leaders believed that stern penalties, like punishment or even execution for retreat or disobedience, would keep soldiers in line and discourage them from abandoning the fight. It sounds tough, right? Well, it surely was. Soldiers who found themselves in tough spots had to weigh their options, face the enemy, or potentially face punishment from their own side. This severe method was not just about instilling fear, but also about fostering a relentless fighting spirit amidst the chaos. Why Soviet soldiers turned railways into mobile rocket launchers. Imagine transforming a regular railway into a powerful rocket launch platform. That's precisely what Soviet soldiers did during World War II, showcasing exceptional ingenuity. The famous Katyusha rocket launchers, also known as Stalin's organ, were mounted on flat railway cars, creating mobile platforms capable of launching a deadly barrage of rockets at enemy targets. These railway rocket launchers provided the Soviet forces with a flexible, high-impact weapon that could be rapidly relocated to various locations, making them unpredictable and challenging for the enemy to target. The ear-splitting howl of the Katyusha rockets, combined with their destructive power, had a daunting psychological effect on enemy troops, often inciting fear and chaos. This innovative tactic of using railways ensured that the Soviet army could deliver powerful, surprise attacks, striking a blow to enemy forces and fortifications, while also safeguarding their potent weaponry by continuously shifting them around on the vast Soviet rail network. Why Soviet soldiers called Americans Coca-Cola soldiers. In the stern and brutal throes of World War II, an unexpected nickname bubbled from the lips of Soviet soldiers when referring to their American allies: Coca-Cola soldiers. This seemingly playful name surfaced from various stereotypes and perceptions held by the Soviets. Many Soviet soldiers viewed Americans as well-supplied, often associating them with the abundant goods and luxury items from the United States, Coca-Cola being a prominent symbol of American culture and prosperity. The nickname implicitly contrasted the stark differences in the everyday realities and supply availability between the Soviet and American troops. While often conveyed with a chuckle, the term also harbored undertones of respect and envy towards the well-equipped Americans. It reflected not just the disparities in material wealth between the Allies, but also emphasized the cultural and social diversities that coexisted within the unified military effort against a common enemy. Why Soviet soldiers made use of Molotov cocktails. Imagine being a Soviet soldier in World War II, where resources are tight and creativity becomes your closest ally on the battlefield. The Molotov cocktail, a simple yet fearsome weapon, was birthed from this necessity and ingenuity. Essentially a homemade incendiary device, it was composed of a glass bottle filled with flammable liquid, usually petrol, and a cloth wick. Soldiers would light the wick and throw the bottle. Upon impact, the bottle would shatter, igniting the liquid and engulfing the target in flames. Surprisingly easy to make and devastatingly effective, these Molotov cocktails became a symbol of resistance, a way for even poorly equipped forces to stand against well-armored foes. This ingenious makeshift weapon allowed the Soviet soldiers to disrupt, damage, and sometimes even destroy enemy tanks and fortifications. Why Soviet soldiers were ordered to fight their own comrades. War is a complex and harsh reality, and during World War II, Soviet soldiers experienced something that might sound very strange and heart-wrenching to us. They were sometimes ordered to fight against their own comrades. But why would they do this? A significant reason was to deal with deserters and those deemed as traitors. The Soviet military structure was very strict and disciplined. Soldiers who tried to flee the battlefield, surrender, or were suspected of being disloyal were often punished severely, sometimes even facing their fellow soldiers in battle. Moreover, blocking detachments were units of the Soviet army who were ordered to shoot their comrades if they retreated without orders. This brutal tactic was employed to instill fear and maintain order among the troops, ensuring that despite the terrifying conditions, soldiers would push forward against the enemy rather than retreat. This harsh reality unveils a darker, somber side of the Soviet military strategy During the colossal conflicts of World War II,